I want everyone to think about something for 1 second. If you agree with the endorsement that Taylor Swift announced about the Harris campaign, when over the last 4 years has Taylor Swift ever taken 10 seconds out of her day to address the current state of our economy, the prices of everything, inflation, unemployment rates, our border crisis? When has she ever commented on any one of those topics? The answer is absolutely fucking never. In 4 years, this bimbo has not once taken to her platform to discuss any of the topic at hand. The actual real issues that American citizens have to face every single day. Some people don't know how they're going to put food on the table for themselves, for their kids, for whoever. People don't know how they're going to pay rent. People are working 3, 4, 5, 6 damn jobs to afford to live a mediocre lifestyle. Yet someone like her, I don't know if she's a millionaire or a billionaire, I'm not sure, but it doesn't fucking matter. But someone like her has the decency and the audacity after that debate to go on social media, mind you, turning off her comments. Like, why are you being a little pussy ass bitch? At least keep the comments on. And turn off the comments and say that she's fully endorsing Harris, leading with the main issue being she's pro-women and LGBTQ. Read the room. I don't think there's anything wrong with, being pro-women or obviously LGBTQ, but I think there's a couple more issues at hand that should take priority rather than those. I don't know, maybe let's start with the fucking border crisis. The worst border crisis our country has ever had in its history. 20 plus million unvetted illegal immigrants have crossed our borders over the last 3.5 years of Joe Biden taking office. Amongst those 20 plus million, I believe the statistic, the last time that I checked, I think it was like half of them are unaccounted for. So that means we don't even know who's crossing our border. We have no idea where they're located. We don't know what their criminal history is like from wherever country they're coming from. You don't know their intentions. A lot of those are cartel members, drug members. A lot of those are criminal, they're criminals, rapists. The list goes on and on. Inflation in our country is through the roof. There was a video that I saw, and this will never, ever, ever leave my head.
Let me stop her there for a second in order to give my thoughts, and then we're going to go back to it. First and foremost, I always like to give credit to the content creator, so the link back to them will be down in the description. Also, make sure you tap into the Patreon. It's a phenomenal product. Make sure you align with a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in instead of going in that direction. And then last but not least, make sure you tap into Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off of life. It's a phenomenal product. Remember when Taylor Swift was making waves about the fact that she was battling Scooter Braun and her record label because they wouldn't even allow for her to be able to get her masters back, and she fought tooth and nail for the thing that she believed in? Remember that? Even though it was so disconnected from what regular people go through every single day, what she felt like was hers and that was owed to her because she contributed to it. She put into it. She created it, and she didn't feel like the record labels actually was working in her best interest, so she fought for it. Well, that's what the American people are doing today. Except for the issues and the things that they're fighting for, you're so disconnected from it, and you can't relate to it, and I'm not sure that you ever could. I don't know what your history is, but the point is that there's huge issues that people are dealing with, and everything that this woman is saying right now is things that Trump has addressed, that Trump is saying that the American people want, and they have their ear to the streets. So one thing that you can say about Trump and J.D. Vance is that they truly have their ears to the people. They pull up on the ops, they pull up on CNN, they pull up on NBC, they pull up on ABC. Whoever it is that got the National Association of Black Journalists. I just seen J.D. Vance going back and forth with Dana Bash just yesterday, earlier this morning. And so they have their ear to the streets on the things that people are really passionate about. You don't see Kamala Harris speaking about Springfield, Ohio. You don't see Kamala Harris speaking about anything that's happening in Aurora. You don't see her addressing the border crisis at all. You see her talking about vibes. She's only done 2 interviews since running for president of the United States of America. One of them was with Dana Bash. Another one was with an affiliated local news station in Philadelphia from ABC right after she got done doing a presidential debate. And you know what she talked about? Vibes, energies. We're better together than we are apart. No. The soul of this country is at war, and people are not listening to celebrities anymore. As a matter of fact, when celebrities get done water waving and dancing on stage, When you get your little cat thing and your endorsement, now you're seeing people turn against them. And I'm sure it's not going to affect Taylor Swift. She's probably a billionaire. At the very least, she has a net worth or her valuation as an artist probably exceeds well over $1 billion. She never going to need or want for anything. But when it comes to regular everyday people and y'all thought that y'all could relate to this woman, as you can see, it's several people that's saying, nah, we don't relate to you.
A woman had used Walmart's online pickup order service. I believe this was like 3 years ago, something like that. And she had selected all of her items and pressed pay. And then when she logged in, recently, all the items were still there. And there's an option where you could press buy again and it'll fill your cart up with all the same items. The inflation rate between the two carts, same exact item, same quantity, everything identical. I think it was like 122% for Walmart.
But then they'll sit there and tell you that, no, we didn't really have no inflation over the last 3.5 years. Bull, we know what's really happening. Your cart gonna tell them.
I'm just kind of upset that I don't have like photos of what prices used to be, because I feel like we're so numb and accustomed to the pricing of what everything is like today that we don't even think what it used to be like a couple years ago. And one of the main comments that I get on the videos is like, well, gas was cheap in 2019 because no one was driving. We're not even talking about fucking gas. We're not talking about gas.
I wasn't nobody driving in 2019. Everybody was outside.
In 3 years, a box of cereal should not go up $4. In 3 years, the price of ground beef should not go up $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 per pound. People cannot afford to put groceries on their table. $100,000 used to be a doable salary for 2 adults and maybe even a child. And $100,000 today doesn't even suffice for single households sometimes. Obviously, it depends on how you live and depending on the city that you're in and what your rent and mortgage looks like.
I told y'all that this was coming.
Taylor Swift, you do not deserve to have a platform where you get to speak on politics. You have absolutely no idea what it's like to be a working American citizen, to have to pay for things and not even have to think twice about it.
Talk to her.
So the fact that she's coming out of a hole to speak on politics after yesterday's disastrous debate is so out of touch. I quite honestly don't understand how she has any supporters. And I have said this since day one. The only way to affect these celebrities is by simply not engaging with them. Stop buying your concert tickets that are $3,000. Like, what? If she really cared about you, she'd make her tickets $20. She'd make her concerts fucking free. How about that? The girl has so much money, she doesn't need to charge for her concerts. That's besides the point. Stop engaging. Stop going to concerts. Unfollow them. Stop buying merch. Just stop streaming her songs. Stop liking her shit. That's the only way. These people wouldn't exist without her face.
I remember when J. Cole, it's one of the reasons why I messed with J. Cole, aside from the fact that his music was so smart and he was a true winner of this whole battle thing. I remember when J. Cole was doing a tour, when he was really first catching his wave and he did the Dollar and a Dream tour. It was the smartest thing ever because he created a fan base that endeared themselves to him because he wasn't focused on money. He was focused on the value, and the money then came along with it. These celebrities are so disconnected. And it's funny because the smartest ones, I don't even see Drake, J. Cole, or Kendrick even talking anything about the election at all. You know why? Because they understand that they are forms of entertainment. They are not to influence you on what it is that you're supposed to do, especially if the entertainer don't know what they're talking about. And if you just focus on LGBTQ and all of this stuff while people is over there suffering, let me give you all a little bit of insight. People don't care about how you feel once they start suffering and they're not able to feed their families. It's a different conversation. That's a first world problem. Y'all let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Again, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, teach Henley 40% off your first order plus 20% off of life. I love you. I appreciate y'all. Can't wait to read what y'all comments are about this one.